Hey guys, Steve here. Today I will be showing you how to make a lightning particle effect in Unity. So this is a new scene, nothing changed. All I've done is so far is make a plane at 0, 0 and deleted the directional light that starts with it. So what we're going to do first is we're going to open up a particle system, and it looks like this, and we do not want it to look like this. So real quick, we're going to go to start size and we're going to change it to very, very small. So maybe like 0.01 and 0.1. Also, I just changed it so it's random between two constants. So it's not just one constant size. It'll change somewhat frequently. Oh, I got to do that again. There we go. And 0.1. We're also going to change the start speed to 0. So it's just flat. And for shape right here, we're just going to delete it. So it's just a perfect little sphere. We're also going to center this, so 0, 0, 0, and we're going to raise it to about 5. Or, how's it look on the camera? It's a little too high. Let's go 3. 3 should be fine. Yeah, 3 is fine. So next we are going to go to velocity over lifetime. I'm going to turn that on. And this one always confuses me. Now, we have to make it so it's pointing down. So I'm guessing that's Z. Yeah, so Z, let's say negative 20. So it'll be going super fast right now, but don't worry about that. We'll fix it. Next, we're going to want to turn on trail modifier. So now, because there's no material on the trail modifier, let's open up renderer. And for renderer, since we're working mostly with trails, we don't even need the renderer, so we can turn render mode to none. And for trail material, we're just going to go with the default particle for now. So now we have somewhat of a line. And to make it look a bit better, start size, I got to change again. There we go. So now it's super thin. Maybe that should be fine. We're going to go to the noise modifier and turn that on. So now instead of a straight line, it's kind of curved. We're going to turn the strength to range between two modifiers, or between two constants. And we're going to change one strength to, say, 5 and the other one to 10. Yeah. So now it's super almost lagging and spiked, very not straight anymore. Frequency, we're going to go to 1, so it kind of goes a little faster. And scroll speed will also change to 1. So now instead of a straight line, it's kind of going all over the place. Looking fairly nice right now. What else? We need to do collisions. So it's not just clipping through the plane. Turn on collisions, and this is where it's going to get a little weird. Because now it is perfectly colliding with the plane, so it is bouncing and shooting up into the sky. So to make that stop, we need to turn the bounce down to 0.01 and lifetime loss to, let's say 0.9. So now there's a little bit of a bounce. You can change that however you want, but for right now, 0.01 should be just so there's like a small bounce, so it's not just hitting the ground and stopping. We could also mess with dampen if we want, but we don't really need to. I'm going to go 1.95, just so there's a little less of a bounce. So one other thing that we could do is the start color. So I'm going to go from random to 2 points because lightning usually isn't just pure white. So let's make a little bit of an almost eggshell white and a cartoony kind of bright yellow. Get more of a color scheme going on there. And I believe that's it for this. You can also mess with the emission. So if you want like, say 100, you could have lightning flying at rocket speeds, but we're just going to stick with 10 for now. And shape is gone. We need to turn on a collision going. So now we're going to work with the sub-emitters. So open sub-emitters for birth, change it to collision, and then press the plus to add a new particle effect. And now we have a sub-emitter. So in the particle systems hierarchy, go to sub-emitter, and let's change this real quick. So start size can go back to 0.1. It'll still be super huge. Go to lifetime, change that to 0.5. So now you got like a little flash of light when the sparks go down. Another thing we could do is we can change the gravity modifier to about 0.5. So it doesn't just fly into space, it'll just kind of zap down on the ground, or like fall. Emissions, so you can change this is optional, but it looks a little bit nicer if you change the min and the max to smaller sizes, so there's not just like huge blasts of particle effects. Keep it nice and small. Oh god, I gotta change that too now. Keep them nice and small, just out of the way. Color over lifetime, we'll just go down the line here. If you open color over lifetime, and we change this alpha to be 0, and this alpha could be slightly less, so like 150-ish. So it's kind of faded. Next, we can do collision, which is another thing we need, just so it kind of bounces. Another thing, quick thing you could do is maybe add a damper, like very small damping. So it's just, when it hits the ground, it doesn't keep bouncing, it just kind of like fades off. Optional, but very nice. And finally, the render, we can do stretched. And we'll change length scale to 0 and speed scale to about 0.1. Let's do 1 and then 0. Either one is fine. Stretch billboard will just make it so it's not a perfect circle. It'll kind of stretch as the particles hit. And so that's done, that's done, that's done. Finally, we can go to game object and add a point light. This is all default stuff. You don't really need to touch any of this. Maybe change the range to like, the range is fine. So basically what you want to do is just turn this off so it's not in the scene the entire time. Go back to the original lightning effect and go down to light. Turn on the lights and drag the point light into here. And we're going to turn the ratio on to 1. So now when the lightning strikes with the plane, you'll see a little bit of light. And the range multiplier, let's go with 2 and intensity to 2. So now there's a bit bigger flash. Oh, that's something I forgot to do. Forgot to change the color of the sub-emitters to kind of match the regular lightning. There we go. So now, pretty much done. Let's play it, see how it looks. Maybe zoom in the camera a bit. There we go. Maybe zoom it out just a touch, like there. So now you'll kind of get more of a realistic lighting effect. It also changes color slightly, as you may notice from the speed. Another thing we could do real quick is, I already made one from earlier, but I'll make it again. If you go to materials, go down to skybox, six-sided. We can change this to not perfectly black, but just enough, so maybe like 17 across the board kind of thing. And throw this in. So now the scene is a lot darker. So now you'll kind of get more of the lighting effect to it. So there you go, quick lightning effect. This is all default particles as well, so not quote unquote perfect, but it definitely gets the job done. If you want more lightning, mess around with the particle system emissions, but for now, this is perfect. So thanks for watching. I will probably post more Unity particle effect tutorials in the future, and have a good one.